podcast brought to you by Ben.
Hey Blair, do you think I could take a kick to the head from Miko Krokop and survive?
I'm sure you'd survive.
Do you think I could last one MMA round, like the 9-minute rounds that were in Pride Fighting Championships? Or I guess like UFC today? 4 or 5, something not like 1 minute. Do you think I could actually like not be knocked out?
I am sure you wouldn't be knocked out, but you might be submitted.
Yeah, submitted. But did you know one thing about me? I'll pass out before I tap out, bitch. Just kidding. Just kidding. I was thinking about CTE, chronic traumatic encephalgia, and MMA fighters.
Are you trying to do a podcast right now?
Yeah, I'm surreptitiously trying to get you into a podcast.
Didn't work.
Don't want to do it. Don't want to talk
No.
Don't want to talk to me. Have a conversation.
This is such a weird, not normal conversation.
What about chronic traumatic encephalgia?
Yeah.
That's normal, man. What's wrong with that? Just
Yeah,
care about your
we
brain.
Just normally have conversations like this.
About chronic traumatic encephalgia. What's wrong with that? I just care about young people in NFL, and I care about MMA fighters. I care about people in general that are in sports that involve the possibility of traumatic brain injury. Don't you? Don't you care about them?
I do.
Good.
Sort of. There are other things I care about more.
It's nice to know that someone has empathy about their fellow man, though, don't you think?
Uh-huh.
I mean, I wouldn't want to commit myself to someone who doesn't care about chronic traumatic encephalgia. Did you know, this is what's crazy, Aaron Hernandez.
Are you still recording this?
Yes, Aaron Hernandez was 24 the last time he played football. That's the tight end for the Patriots that was accused of killing multiple people in different states, including Boston. The tight end that hung himself in jail, remember?
Yeah.
He was 24 the last time he played professional football.
How old was he when he died?
27.
Okay.
And he had CTE. You know what CTE is?
Chronic traumatic encephalgia?
No, it's chronic traumatic encephalgia. I just like saying it. No, but that's my concern is he played college football, and then he played a year or two.
So are you saying that he murdered people because of chronic traumatic encephalgia?
Am I implying that? I guess you could say that could be an inference from my statement, but no, it's not my intentional implication. My intention is to state...
Do you mean chronic traumatic encephalopathy?
Yes. Yes.
Because I don't know what encephalgia is.
That's how I pronounce... Wait, that's how I pronounce it. That's how I pronounce... Well, obviously that's how I pronounce it because I've got it wrong.
So
It's
how do you pronounce the Y at the end?
I just say encephalgia as if it's GIA.
Yeah, I got that.
Encephalopathy?
Encephalopathy.
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 Okay.
I can see why you say encephalgia.
You know when you're trying to be cool and then you realize you were never cool from the very beginning? That's chronic traumatic encephalgia.
I mean, there's encephalitis.
No, like meningitis. So say it one more time, please.
Encephalopathy.
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 Pathogen. Got it. Encephalopathy. So no, my intention, based on stating that that Aaron Hernandez had that acronym CTE at such a young age, is to question whether he was in the advanced stages, by the way. That is for specificity purposes. He's 24 years old. That's the last time he played football. 24, and he was advanced stages. Where do you think Fedor Emelianenko or Miko Krokop are in terms of CTE? I know it's different for every person. Some people it's one punch and they actually develop brain trauma. But like, he's 24 years old and he played football. he didn't punch people for a living and get punched back. That just shakes the world, in my opinion, about what the dangers are of playing sports like this.
Yeah.
What do you think?
What the dangers are?
Yeah, I mean,
I imagine it's pretty dangerous.
But do you think the NFL do you think there's a huge incentive not to make this an issue? They're going to stop playing. They'll just have them sign waivers. It becomes a formality of just signing a piece of paper saying you're willing to take the risks to make millions of dollars.
Yeah. I don't think that the popularity of football would decrease at all. I mean, what is it they say? The NFL owns the day of the week.
Yeah. No, I know.
It's huge.
I know. It's a bit disconcerting to me. I don't know. I just was surprised to read that. I'm concerned. Like, would you let your kids play PB football? I wouldn't. Not anymore. Like, in the last 10 years, I've decided not to do this. Like, I wouldn't have thought about it otherwise. The last 10 years, as all this has come out, it's very scary.
Yeah. I'm not an athletic person, so...
I wouldn't say that. In the bedroom. Yeah, you might have some flexibility in the bedroom.
Flexibility.
You might have twist and turns.
So I can't really see myself encouraging sports for my children just because I'd be so fucking bored.
Not encourage. I mean, you want to be a parent and you want to push. You don't want to push your kids, but you do. Like, you want to push them to get straight A's. Like, I think it's funny. Parents don't want to push their kids into athletics or to extracurriculars, but they do want to encourage and kind of put their kids into this compromising situation of indentured servitude when it comes to school. That's what's funny. I don't know. I think it's like, well, I don't want to push my kids. I don't want to be one of those tiger moms. I think that the kids actually end up doing well in some regard if you push them.
I can only imagine how much more successful I would be if I had a parent who pushed me more.
Aww, Blair. Don't say that. I'm a good dad. Daddy. Yeah, I know. I get it. My dad was apathetic to my upbringing when it came to athletics. He was more interested in his own management abilities and in Little League baseball. Like, it was more about him.
That's awful.
You know
That's
that
hilarious.
you have narcissistic personality disorder, which was verified and appropriated during custody battles against my with my mother and my father in court, with verified psychological analysis involved that my father does indeed have that level of hubris, complete arrogance, and self-indulgent, just delusions of grandeur. But no, without question, like, you need to have some push. Like, for me, without Adderall, people have said for years, Andrew's, my standardized testing scores were incredibly high. 95 percentile here, 96 percentile there. It's just they were. But I without Adderall, they might have been 78%. I don't know. I don't know if it was studied for them. And I had all the teachers and the tutors for the SATs, the SAT2s, the AP English stuff. I had all that because my parents, at least my mother, because my dad wasn't there, he pushed that on me. But I think if my son was after he's 18, he decided he wanted to focus on MMA, I would really discourage it. But if someone were to say, listen, this is like a parent saying kid should go to the NFL or stay in school, the agent's pushing your kid to sign, to take the leap.
What if your kid is really dumb but really talented?
That's what I'm saying. No, if my son's like, listen, Dad, I'm going to cash out. I'm making $2.5 million in one fight. I've worked, coming up, $2.5 million. See, obviously, he wouldn't get that right off the bat, but he's already been fighting. I'm like, I want him to stop. I read the stuff about CTE. Dad, $2.5 million. This is not a marquee fight. If I win this, it's going to be more in the future. We're talking about taking care of Mom, taking care of you, reinvigorating the dwindling 401k. Like, really, like, I'm going to take care of everyone.
Taking care of your grandchildren?
Yeah. I'm like, well, are you taking care of yourself? That's the question. Are you going to be drooling? Am I taking care of my son when I'm 80 years old because you decided to make $15 million for the family? Am I going to be the custodian of your monies, your blood, sweat, and tears on the mat in the octagon, wherever, behind the ring, wherever you like it, because you made a decision for the family? I have to ask him. I want his honest answer. Is this about me? Is this about the family? Is this about like doing what's best, or is it about you? Like, are you trying to prove something, or is it arrogance? If there's one shred of arrogance or one shred of I want to prove to other people that I'm the best, if it's not about you, that you enjoy it, I have to tell them, listen.
Making money is very enjoyable.
No, but if it's about like being the best, there's a thin red line between taking care of yourself, proving to others that you're, capable, and also risking the rest of your life and your future for the sake of a fiat currency. I understand completely. I want my dedication, my focus. I care about X, Y, and Z. This is all I love. This is my passion. But if it's not because you want to do it, it's because you want to be better than everyone else and prove something to other people. I think you have to love the process. I think that can be fine, but you have to say to yourself, I love the process.
Well, I think that you're not really going to be very successful at these endeavors unless you are extremely passionate, because if you're not extremely passionate, then you're not going to be pushing yourself as hard as you need to be.
True. Wholeheartedly true. I completely agree with you. I don't know. I think it's a very, did you ever feel like, I just feel like I'm part of it. It's almost like being vegan. It's like you're vegan, but is it really going to change the way slaughterhouses and animals are treated in, the meat and poultry industry and agricultural farming for the sake of slaughterhouses, for the sake of, just profit margins for USDA grade A beef. It's the way the cows are treated, the pigs are treated. Just for your own peace of mind, you become vegan. It doesn't change anything. What changes it is legislation and millions of dollars and fines. And that's what changes it. So in your head, you think you're doing something you're really not.
You can choose not to eat meat because
I could choose not to watch the NFL or MMA and not buy the pay-per-views, but that's not gonna be a movement.
It's not going to change anything. But you can choose not to support those organizations.
If you were to take like the Coliseum to its logical conclusion in juxtaposition with MMA. That, if you go in the Coliseum, you're not worried about head injuries, you're worried about dying. The risks are just, I guess, naturally accepted. People know you can get severely hurt. The CTE thing is one of those, you don't die, you're not severely hurt, but then 10 years from now, you might start forgetting things.
Yeah.
And then if it's just forgetting, short-term memory loss, you forget that you walked to the kitchen, you don't know why you were there, and you realize, juice. Shit, I've had that stuff happen to me. I've walked into classrooms and forgot why I was there, and all I did was, climb the rope in gym class and play hopscotch, but also climb the pole at recess and wait till it excited my my penis, and then didn't realize that I was ejaculating on the pole in the recess playground area. 'Cause the gravity and the pressure against the pole, I would just hang there. I lost all the gym rope things in gym class as well, climbing to the top and just hanging there and letting the kid beat me. And they're like, "What are you doing? Hurry up, come down." I'm like, "No, I'm good." So people have a lot of different reasons why they engage in sports. My peak obviously was when I was 12 and jacking off on recess play poles and the gym rope in class. But I can't judge people. I mean, it's these are monies you can't even fathom. Some people. I think
certainly cannot fathom.
Conor McGregor, I think, was driving around in a Rolls Royce and Monte Carlo or something recently. I mean, just sure. Yeah, that's worth it. Like, quality of life is one thing. Opportunity is another. The standard of living, money is life is so trivial, then you should just go after. See, this is a funny thing. You work really, really hard to live a middle-class life. It's interesting. Hard work is very odd because it's like, if you don't have a plan, you could be working hard every day and it doesn't matriculate into anything fun for you. It's not enough when you're an adult to think about how hard you're working. If you just are an MMA fighter collecting paychecks like $5,000 here and there, you better be more focused on that. Like, you better have a plan to get out. You better have, I'm going to get my real estate degree. I'm going to take some time off of MMA, and then I'm going to get into real estate and maybe go to law school. It has to be something else. Like
I can't imagine being an MMA fighter and then a real estate agent.
Well, Josh Brolin, the actor, he was a young, successful actor, Goonies and everything, and then his career didn't really take off, and he was in real estate for like 10 or 15 years, and then he got back in. I think No Country for Old Men was his coming back party. Thank goodness to the Coen brothers for that. I mean, not that I think Josh Brolin is particularly talented, but yeah, I mean, Sicario, he was pretty kick-ass in that. I don't know. So many people hate Emily Blunt. In juxtaposition, I think that worked pretty well. Because people hate Emily Blunt, and Josh Brolin isn't a very good actor, so it like elevated Josh Brolin. Because it's like, well, at least there's this guy, Goonies. But I don't know. Yeah, that's what it is. It's Friday. It's Friday night. What are you up to? Like, you do lines and hit the club? No. I like those tights. Those turquoise. Yeah, they're nice. You look good in high-waisted pants.
Thanks.
Ladies, just
These aren't really pants.
Leggings. Yeah. Men shouldn't wear leggings. Women look good in them. Women should think more about hip to waist ratio in terms of the elongation of their body. You think they should stop wearing shorter pants sometimes? At least have some more options in their wardrobe.
Do I think so?
I think so. I mean, do you concur?
I think
more women just follow too much.
What looks best on them, and not what looks good on everyone else.
Do you think you have to, if you're gay, like you can get away with like wearing leggings, or do you think that's like too much? Like, do you have to tell everyone you're gay when you're just walking down the street wearing leggings with your dick showing through the fabric? Is it like, am I allowed to tell that person if I'm at work and it's like okay to business casual and I'm an office manager? Can I tell my employee to not wear leggings anymore, or is that homophobic? Do you see what I mean?
I guess it would depend if you have like a dress code in place, which in an office environment I imagine you would.
No, but that's what I'm saying. It's lax. It's like a tech startup or something. So they say I'm a hoodie place, like kind of like a communal workspace type environment, but not like everyone wears jeans and hoodies and stuff. And you can wear sweatpants.
You think about implementing a dress code and asking everyone to wear like jeans.
Right, but in the initial, but you have to be careful about a priori ideas. Is this because of him? So everything changes just because of him? That's a lawsuit waiting to happen.
Well, how would he prove that it was just because of him?
No, that depends. That depends.
How would he prove that?
If any office memo leaked, you'd have to be very careful about how you implement it. You have to talk to a lot of people about what would be appropriate. You don't want to take your workers and have them leave to like a competitor all because the gay guy wears leggings and his dick shows off everywhere. You don't want it's a domino effect. You have to be very careful.
Well, I think people shouldn't be so sensitive about their fucking leggings.
Yeah.
That's the dumbest shit.
I don't see. That's what I think. I don't think he's that sensitive. I don't think he's even cares about not wearing them. I think it's broaching the subject when you don't know. I don't think. How would you know he's sensitive about wearing his leggings? You just have to assume.
Well, you're the one saying he might have like.
Gay guys are very, very smart and they work very, very hard, and that's why Gus Van Sant, the director, is only hires them. Goldman Sachs has a LGBTQRST awareness month and Pride Month. Like they care about these. Gay guys are excellent employees. The discouragement factor is the domino effect of broaching this subject. His initial inclination, whether he feels that's inappropriate or
why would the
violation of his identification.
Why would the subject be broached with him specifically? Why wouldn't they just send out
like a general mailer, a general memo statement,
to everybody?
Because he's the only one wearing leggings. There is no one else. That's the problem.
Yes, but you just send it to everyone and have them sign it.
And it just says new dress code, just general, like jeans. And do you think he'll pick up on the fact that it's because of his schwatz?
I mean, maybe, but
I just care about this guy.
Who gives a fuck?
I just care about this guy.
This fictional gay man.
Well, yeah, I told you that thing the other day. I was on Yelp doing a review or something. Saw something called Crew Club in DC, which was a gym, and I hate my gym, so I decided to just walk by it because it was right near where a place I had to go for a meeting. I found out walking in just it's a gay club. It's a fake gym.
Uh-huh.
That's a thing. Fake. It's like a bathhouse, but it's not a bathhouse.
Mm-hmm.
It's just they actually have memberships, but the gym is shit. I wrote a fake Yelp review saying that I walked in and I was appalled.
Yeah, their gym is like one treadmill and one elliptical machine.
What did I... Hold on, let me see. I want to look up my exact wording here on this. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so I Crew Club in Washington, D.C., I said, I was looking for a new gym as I was tired of LA Fitness and how packed it was during peak hours. Needless to say, I was rather taken aback at the amount of gym patrons at Crew Club blowing each other instead of spotting each other on their respective lifts safely. Someone could have gotten hurt. I'm happy to say I will not be returning. I got a couple of people that liked that. I thought that was hilarious. I don't know. I don't know. I heard the other reviews say old men lurk there, and then they try to like get younger guys. Like the whole reason, like those.
Isn't that what old gay men do all the time everywhere?
Well, one of the guys said that he was almost raped. What is that like to be almost raped by an elderly person? But as a guy, like you're a man, so an older man like almost dicked you down. It's got to be kind of emasculating. Like if he's old and creepy, and the fact that he like bent you down, I don't know, whatever. It's just creepy. I don't know.
Yeah. Imagine being a woman.
The fact that you write a review on that though, like I was almost dicked down by this old creepy guy. It was not cool. I'm like, well, Jesus Christ. I mean,
it's nice that he's warning other people who might, be kind of intimidated or maybe not very physically strong.
Like a Twinkie. Are they Twinkies? What are they called? Twinks. You know what's funny? You know the difference between a Twinkie and a Twink?
What?
Nothing. They both have cream in the middle. I don't know. That's a weird gay joke. I don't know. Is that just off the fly? I didn't have a punchline. I guess I could work on that. It could be funny. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure that's been done before, but.
Do you think Twinkies should be fat Twinks, like chubby Twinks, like because they're like kind of high in calories?
Yeah, maybe. I didn't eat a Twinkie until I was like 22.
My mom used to take me grocery shopping, and I would eat as she was shopping with me and my brother, Safeway, and there would be Ho-Hos next to the Twinks. I would eat like 7 of them. My mom, my mom's a single mom. You have to respect the single moms. Yeah, my mom probably didn't pay for every single one of those sometimes because I didn't keep the wrappers and she wasn't always paying attention. But by no means was that her intention.
I was too scared of getting in trouble to do anything like that.
I was fortunate. We were lucky, but we had like 2 or 3. I mean, yeah, we were fine on that regard. It was just like clearly I ate like 4 or 5 Ho-Hos, and my mom's like kind of not paying attention. That's like we're going to having dinner or something. It's not.
Yeah, and my mother paid too much attention to me for me to get away with any of that.
Don't you think Ho-Hos are better than Twinkies?
I don't know what Ho-Hos are.
The black, the African American dessert snack from Hostess.
Yeah, we didn't buy any Hostess products, so I never ate them.
Yeah, they have the cream and the circular thing.
Once I had a snowball.
Look like a little shit. They look like.
Once I had a snowball, and also
never had a snowball.
Chocolate cupcakes with the white icing and a swirly on them, like a swirly.
Oh, isn't that what's called like Debbie's?
No, that's a different brand, and that's what we got.
Little Debbie.
We got Swiss rolls, which are basically like
so advanced.
Like miniature. I think they're called Yule logs. It's chocolate cake rolled around a white cream filling and then covered in like a layer of chocolate.
Is it as good as a dessert log in the Four Seasons in Paris? You remember that?
It wasn't the Four Seasons.
Yes, it was. The Sphinx at the Four Seasons.
Oh. Well, I don't remember, but no.
Very special.
But no.
Like 7
we
desserts.
Had like 4 desserts.
Yeah, there's a lot.
So I can't remember.
That was a very special thing.
I remember most is the one I didn't like because I can still kind of imagine what it tasted like.
I bet you that kid that was almost raped by that elderly man at the gay fake gym probably thinks the same thing. Like, do you know what, Gavin, do you know what my favorite gym experience is? It's not when we blew each other in the steam room. No, it was at the crew club in DC because I was almost raped by a 75-year-old. Yeah. I hate that accent. I just don't find that sexy. If I was gay, I'd be like, can you not do that? Like,
well, I guess it's a way for them to
let everyone know they're gay. Oh yeah, wouldn't it be? Wouldn't it be like if you were like a model?
Like you have to affect this accent to let other people know that
well,
you're gay.
no, it's definitely effectual. It's put on over time and it becomes like
no
naturally.
One naturally talks like that.
I think girls kind of talk like that with their friends. You ever notice girls kind of like have this uptalk? So yeah, like I was like so. I think if you like, I don't know, like you take the coupon, they like give you 10% off. But then they talk to their girlfriend, their boyfriend later. They're like, I just love you so much. I really care about you. I really do. It's like, wait a minute. What happened to that weird talk you were talking with your friend? What is that? Why do you have to talk like that with your girlfriends? You don't talk like that with your guy friend. Oh, is it because it's fucking annoying? Oh, so why do you do it? Other people can hear you. You ruined my day.
I mean, sometimes I enjoy putting on like stupid, annoying voices.
Oh, you know I like to do voices, but
to my friends.
Wait, what?
Other people.
Oh, do one.
No, it feels weird and forced.
Are they accents?
No. Well, sometimes never mind.
I think it'd be funny if you're.
I was going to say something potentially offensive. So
oh no, that's okay.
Never mind.
Sometimes offensive is good. So it'd be funny if like every time you refer to some girl you don't like from work or something to like another girl that you do like, a confidant, you just you unaware that you're using the wrong voice. Like you're like Carol was so like, or not Carol, some real name like Sam, it's androgynous. Sam was so mean. She was like, I don't like you, Kelsey. I find you to be so mean sometimes to me. When I try to get on my shift, you take my shifts and switch with other girls, and it makes me very upset.
So I'm taking her shifts and switching with other girls?
Well, I was so focused on the voice, I couldn't think of a better scenario than that. But no, like you pick like a weird voice, like your friend's like, that doesn't sound like Sam. Yeah, it does. I'm not doing you right now. I'm just doing like a character of you. Yeah, it does.
That's not even a character of me.
Or I'm doing you in this surreal reality, this like false reality.
So not me at all.
Not you exactly, just someone that's Blair in an alternative reality that works exactly where you work and has the same friends or anything like that. I don't know. Life's funny that way. You wanna go do some mushrooms and tell everyone about it later?
Sure.
All right, guys. Have a good weekend. Sorry for this abridged thing. It's just, I don't know. Got mushrooms. All right. Bye.